Hi, hello, and welcome to episode 47 of this glorious podcast, this time with video. I have an arm that can have a microphone like a vlogger in front of my face, and it's how this is gonna roll. My background doesn't look good, so I will be putting some beautiful backgrounds to make it all nice and dreamy. Let's hope the green screen works. I'm recording this podcast on a Sunday, the Sunday of the elections in Germany. So good luck to everyone with that. We're going to go through a few topics, things I keep seeing on my Instagram. We're going to talk about China's entrepreneurial spirit, oceans in space, birthdays making a full circle, and of course, the age of ultra rich overlords, because why not? Where you are on Instagram these days, if you are on Instagram, I know that being home with the baby has really changed the way I perceive time. I'm tired and not tired all the time, completely lost. The only time unit measurement I have is feedings. We go from one feeding to the other and the windows in between. I find myself using my phone much more. I tell myself this will stop soon because once we have more interaction, it will be better. And right now, most of the time, the baby is busy surviving, so it doesn't do much. And Instagram is a strange place, and I think I have exhausted the algorithm of what it can give me. So now it's just trying things out. It's okay. This guy is not subscribed to as many things as we can serve him content all day. So let's just try a few things here and there. And I want to share with you this one Instagram page that is called, how is it even called? Wrecking Water Boats. It shares these clips and it has this title on all of them that says, "This is the only page on which you will find the most epic boat wrecks." Basically, it has boats colliding. That's it. This is what this Instagram account is about. It's just video upon video of boats colliding. And I'm really wondering, who decides, do you know what the world needs? I think we need more content about boats sinking. And I'm trying to get into the mind of a person like this. Way too much available time. I have to say, I admire the niche. Like, it's an interesting corner of the internet. If you grab something unexplored and you say, okay, this is my thing now, this is my turf, this is where I play, I give props to that. But why make a page on ships just hitting each other and the people watching it? What is it exactly that they're satisfying? I'm someone who has followed a lot of weird channels. Do you remember that hydraulic press channel that would put things in a hydraulic press and make videos about it? I loved that. But I know what I liked. There was this weird wondering, how will this thing, what's the break point of a tennis ball or a golf ball or whatever it is? How will it deform? What will collapse first? Will it explode? Will it go with a bang? Or will it go with dead silence, just like the end of the universe? So there was something there in the guesswork of how material gets pushed into extreme. That I get. But a page always serving you content of boats hitting each other, what does it do to you? Like, I want to go to the most faithful followers of that page and say, how is this your kick? And again, I'm not judging, just curious for some of these pages. And I know you all have these weird guilty pages. Everyone does. I remember listening to a podcast where someone was really geeking watching professional bed making. This is something, if you haven't seen, there are people who compete in how to make a bed the fastest and the best. They have techniques on how to put the cover in the duvet and make everything happen. I guess they work in huge hotel chains. But yeah, this is a thing. And I know there are a lot of weird corners of the internet. I don't know what your weird corner of the internet is. Let me know. I've had art restoration on YouTube. It's a wonderful niche. Channels do ASMR restoration of paintings while talking over the techniques. Beautiful stuff. Give it a go. But it got me thinking, what is a niche that I could have? What is something I could dedicate just a page about? Maybe frames that are not straight. I just go around in people's houses or my house and I just put frames that are not straight. Then maybe I run out of content and start putting frames deliberately not straight, or pictures of dogs that look like they're judging you. That could be another niche. But I'm curious who had the idea to make a page exclusively about that and advertise it like being the only page dedicated to the most epic boat wrecks. This is what it says on top of every video, and then below you see the video on those reels. The second piece of random great news coming from corners of the internet sends us in China. And in China, a lot of things are weird about China, from painting their grass green, so it looked green on Google Maps and on satellites, and all sorts of bizarre situations. But now let's go into a village that is like the village for Christmas. Everyone goes there for the winter type of photos, and they have little cabins, and it just has this wintry vibe, and it brings thousands and thousands of tourists every year. Now, there was a problem this year because this year there was no snow. Hello, climate change. And that village was very, very worried that, okay, we're going to lose all the tourists. These people book way long in advance. Everything is paid. The money has been flowing. So what did they do? The entire village decided to put fake snow everywhere. Yep. No shame. Someone thought, how about we put some cotton all around? How about we just have some foam, make it white, and then just a shit ton of cotton, just put cotton on everything, and let's just hope we don't have a lot of smokers and give it a go. And the village thought about it and said, this sounds like a great idea. Nothing can go wrong about this. Let's just fake the entire snow. Let's just order tons and tons of cotton, throw it everywhere, and let's see what happens. So I don't know what they thought would happen, that somehow all the influencers would be too ashamed to admit they went into a fake village. I really wonder what these people had in mind. But of course, it went all bananas. People were arriving there and being like, what the hell is going on? Why did you do this? What's going on? They started making videos, touching all the fake snow and showing around. It became a big, big piece of news. And then this village had to actually refund everyone their money. So there goes that plan. No money made, tons of cotton laying around. I'm happy that they didn't do something more environmentally non-friendly. And I have to say, I appreciate the commitment, okay? Sometimes the project needs to happen no matter what. You agreed on a deadline. You have agreed on the resources. Your clients are there. It's like selling software before it's ready. We hope things go well. And if they don't, this is what happens. Which sounds a little bit similar to that exhibition that happened, like Charlie and the Magic Chocolate. I need to remember. I just looked it up. So this was February 2024. It's just 1 year since this parody fail Willy Wonka event happened. This was called the ripoff of a ripoff, the Wonka fiasco. So this is just a parallel story, but if you want to have a good laugh, and sometimes you need that, and if it's Sunday in Berlin during the elections, maybe this is what you should be doing right now. But if you look for the Willy's Chocolate Experience, this was an event in Glasgow, Scotland, that sparked crazy outrage because basically they did this advertising made completely using AI that was promising a Willy Wonka experience and a magical world. And then it was promoting it with these AI generated images. They were vibrant, immersive, a chocolate wonderland for kids. And then the reality was just like a warehouse where they had put some sparsely decorated items with some paid actors reading scripts made out of ChatGPT that were horrendous. They didn't make any sense. The children were crying. It looked like you said, I will make a Willy Wonka experience in 2 days. You found a warehouse and said, I'll do my best. I think these two events can compete. Substituting the snow with cotton in the entire village, hoping no one will notice, or promising a great, immersive, vibrant digital experience only to bring kids in a warehouse with questionable actors and zero props. But we've seen more of this. We could have fake beaches. Sand is expensive. You can just paint the ground beige. We can bring in artificial autumn, importing leaves, or artificial summer, because just throwing random facts again, there was this startup that was claiming it can bring sunshine anywhere in the world. They had this great idea to bring a mirror in space, and then they would use this mirror to deflect sun and send it anywhere on Earth if you paid the app, which sounded very close to a death beam if you can just shed light into any place on Earth. Very funny concept. I don't think it had any connection with reality. I did think they raised some money. If you have a startup idea, someone will give it money. They could bring artificial summer, and then we have all the artificial times of the year. Everyone can be happy making money deceiving people, which is what seems to be happening in parts of the world. Like my health insurance. I've had to pay so much stuff around my health insurance. It's not a scam. It's just expensive. Thank you, Germany. Oh, Greece, I miss you. There's a reason why every Greek goes back to Greece to do all the health exams before they came back. But to close this part, in China, reality is now optional. Fake it till you make it. In another piece of news, I love this one. We might have a deep ocean hiding into Callisto. Callisto is one of Jupiter's moons. It has been speculated for years, but apparently Callisto has a massive underground ocean. Yeah, a hidden alien sea could be sloshing beneath this icy cratered surface. Now, this makes Callisto another hot candidate for extraterrestrial life, or at least some super weird chemistry. But the part I want to make in this is, how do we know this? How can you have a moon orbiting a planet that's so far away, we cannot land anything up there for now, because we're planning to, and still we believe that there could be water there? So here's how it goes. Jupiter has massive magnetic field. It's super powerful. If we could see it, it would bright up the sky. It's 20,000 times stronger than Earth's. Now, Callisto is orbiting around Jupiter, and it gets swept through this magnetic soup. It's really, really strong. Now, scientists used electromagnetic wavelengths, and something weird is happening with Callisto. And this is that the magnetic field of Callisto is shifting and bending as it goes around Jupiter. And the way it's shifting and bending means that something in Callisto is interacting with the Jupiter's magnetic field. And what could react in such a way? What is something that conducts really well? That is salty water. So the hypothesis have been for a long time that there must be a layer of salty water in Callisto that is deep enough to be able to have the reaction they were seeing in the electromagnetic waves from Jupiter. Because if Callisto had just solid rock inside, or even ice, it would not react this way to Jupiter's magnetic waves. The best explanation is a vast, deep ocean beneath the ice, possibly 100 kilometers below the surface. If this ocean exists, it might have the right conditions for microbial life, like small deep-sea organisms we have on Earth. Europa and Enceladus, the other two icy moons, they usually get all the attention, but now Callisto jumps into the spotlight as another ocean world to explore. Callisto, once thought to be a boring, dead rock, is most likely hiding a liquid surprise on its ancient surface. This changes everything. Callisto is now one of the most exciting places in the solar system. Who knows what secrets it hides? There is going to be a mission to try and get samples from the ground. The electromagnetic fields are so strong, nothing can survive there. There is a plan to bring something in orbit that would come close enough to do some studies and back away before it's time to get cooked. There is going to be a mission to check more on that. How cool is that? This is why funding real science is better than funding another billionaire's space vacation. In another segment, I had my birthday a few days ago. Thank you very much. Happy birthday. I became 33, just like Jesus. And I hope I get to have some more, unlike Jesus. But the cycle of how birthdays are acknowledged is interesting. Back in the day, people used to forget birthdays. Then Facebook came and everyone remembered. This was nice for a while, because what happened very, very soon is that people would remember too much. Every year, the birthday would become this time where every person you don't have anything to do with anymore will come wishing to you and bringing this heavy weight of having to respond back. For me, this is the opposite of a great gift. When I have to reply back to wishes, something inside of me, I just cannot feel. I don't feel gratitude. I feel the obligation to reply, to say thank you, that I need to be grateful. And that is just like a tiny pinch in me. And then if you get all of these birthday wishes that are coming from somewhere like Facebook, the pinching becomes punching, and it just became too much. I think everyone has been hiding their Facebook birthdays or deleting it. Just leave me alone. That's a great gift. After 30s, the best gift is just silence. The best gift is not having to answer. The birthday wishing was great. Whoever could remember could get to have it. Then social media just ruined it for everyone. And you got overwhelmed by notifications. And then people went back to being forgotten, which is a great place to be. And now I think the people that are wishing it for me are the people who still remember. And that feels good. I noticed that here in Germany, a lot of people have a paper calendar, the one you have on the wall, and they have written the names of people's birthdays next to every month. That's an interesting concept. I wouldn't understand it at first because that calendar eventually is wrong because it's from one specific year. But then next year they don't change it because the purpose of this calendar is not to tell you that the 25th is a Thursday or a Friday or a Saturday. The concept is for every month have a snapshot of the dates and the birthdays, which stays always the same. So that's an interesting concept. I like the visualization element. I like the old schoolness of it. And I was very proud when I made it into the calendar of my partner's mom. I saw my name written next to the date. And then I thought, wow, this takes a lot of energy to do every year. But then I realized it's not every year. This calendar stays there forever. You just keep adding names. That was the time I made it to the calendar. It's a nice concept. I do Google Calendar for everything, but there's something I like about paper. You put it on the fridge or somewhere and you can always look. It's nice to not look at screens all the time. I also like over decorating a fridge. There are two types of people, but if you don't stick things on your fridge, you're missing out on some vital piece of mental well-being. Science hasn't caught up yet. The studies haven't happened, but I can tell you, if you start putting things on your fridge, life will feel better. Put some postcards, photos, a calendar with birthdays, a note someone wrote you. We even have a tic-tac-toe we can play on our fridge. Do we ever play it? No, we don't. But having the fridge be something like an old Facebook wall where you can just see visuals and tickets from concerts and all that, is just have a different beauty. And again, if you make it into someone's fridge, isn't that the ultimate honor? A photo or a note or a postcard. So you know what? This can be your 2025 resolution. Make it into someone's fridge and put yourself up there. It's the best wall to be and one that only close friends can see. But this was me and this is life, and I'll shut down by saying the era of the ultra rich and global oligarchs is here, just to end up on a good one. I think that the latest news on billionaire influence, they used to run things behind the scenes. Now they openly try to make the rules and bypass anything that doesn't work. This is like the executive mentality. This is top tier business work. If you don't like what's happening, if you cannot push your agenda, you will find the right way. You will find the right pressure point, the right narrative, the right story, and just keep on relentlessly bringing your resources to get what you need done. It's a different type of push, I would say, and it's one we can very blatantly see right now from someone who has all the money in the world, more money accumulated than anyone ever will, and still wants to shape global scene and still thinks he gets the right to decide for groups, for countries, for continents. I think everyone is just observing this moment. A lot of Americans are realizing this is not what I voted for. A lot of them are saying, oh, I just wanted immigrants out, not to lose my career in the federal government where I've been working 15 years. When they come for you, that's when you wake up. It's nice if people are unfair and racist as long as they are to others. When this type of fascism starts coming your way, that's when you wake up. But anyway, the cyberpunk dystopia is here with cool neon lights. All I can say is that it looks like it's a great time to be rich. It looks like it's a terrible time to be anyone else. There's still a long way to go, and history repeats itself. I just hope it doesn't repeat itself every 100 years, because then we're close. But in a last piece of news, get ready Berlin, because the 10th Greek Film Festival is set to light up the city from March 26 to March 30, 2025 at the iconic Babylon Cinema in Mitte. It's an exciting lineup of over 30 films, showcasing a diverse range of feature films, documentaries, and shorts that highlight the best contemporary Greek and Cypriot cinema. So look it up and get your tickets. Insightful discussions and networking events that bring together the filmmakers, the artists, the audiences, and all of that. If you wanted to check out Berlinale but didn't make it, the Greek Film Festival is just around the corner. Join the festival at the Babylon for a celebration of storytelling, filmmaking, and Greek culture. This has been the episode. If you made it this far, thanks for staying. From finding your own weird Instagram niche, from boat wrecking to hydraulic presses or competitive bed making, down into China's fake snow to make sure that the tourists stay in place, all the way to the secret ocean of Callisto, the evolution of birthday celebrations, German elections, and our new cyberpunk overlords. This has been this week's episode. If you like it, please consider rating it in Spotify, 5 stars, leave a comment, share it, get your friends' phones, subscribe them, put the bell on, help the podcast grow, take care of yourselves, hug your friends, and make it into someone's fridge. All the best. Ciao.